I am full of desires. I want them fulfilled. How am I to get what I want? A questioner asked Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Maharaj said, you have to work for their fulfillment. Put in energy and wait for the result. That is my problem. I want things, but I am lazy when it comes to action, the questioner replied. This could be the case for most of us. Certainly, we have multiple desires at any given time, but most of them fade away or get replaced by new desires quite often. As a result, we keep on accumulating unfulfilled desires, therefore remain unhappy at the core. Let us find out why this happens in the light of Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj's teachings. In this video, we will also look at how to take a desire to its logical end. So, stay tuned until the end. Desire is an invisible force that lies at the root of all creations. It is an inner pull towards something that is not yet in our possession. Everything, before coming to exist in the physical world, first appears in the mind as a longing, a vision, or a need. A child wants to possess anything that attracts its attention. But as we grow, we start realizing that we are not free to desire what we want to desire. We start believing that our desires are conditioned by family situations and circumstances, by opportunities and accidents. So, we make a link between desires and fate or destiny and think that we can only have those desires we are destined to have. But Shri Nisargadatta says, it is the desire that shapes destiny, not the other way around. In fact, we are free to desire what we want to desire. Then the question is, why are we unable to get all our desires fulfilled? According to Maharaj, desires remain unfulfilled when they are not clear, or not strong enough, or not lasting. Because they cannot take concrete shape in the mind, they fail to nudge us toward necessary actions. There can also be a situation wherein we cultivate some desires deliberately and strongly want them fulfilled, but we lack energy when it comes to action. When we try to work on them, we lack focus and get easily distracted by trivial things. On the contrary, there are other desires which we don't want to have, such as binge eating or time on social media, but we can't help being pulled to act on them. It means we tend to spend energy on instant gratification. However, as happiness derived from such gratification is short-lived, we need to keep acting on them in a loop. So, we are neither focused nor energized for acting on those desires, fulfilling which requires time and effort. Furthermore, as Maharaj says, we are complex beings, always at war within and without. We contradict ourselves all the time, undoing today the work of yesterday. He attributes this tendency to a lack of integrity. According to him, integrity is expressed as attention, alertness, awareness, clarity, liveliness, vitality, and so on. And fulfillment of any serious desire requires all these elements in our mental makeup. Being weak on these elements, we take half-hearted actions and also expect poor results, which Maharaj calls mental projections. He says a weak mind cannot control its own projections. Be aware of your mind and its projections, he cautions. Then, how to control mental projections? The answer is by controlling the mind. But how to control the mind? Maharaj says, to control the mind, we should be aware of its functioning. For we cannot control something of which we have little knowledge. According to Maharaj, we are weak-minded because of a lack of intelligence and understanding. because we are unaware of our own being. And by striving for self-awareness, we can bring the mind together and strengthen it. Collect and strengthen your mind, and you will find that your thoughts and feelings, words and actions will align themselves in the direction of your will, he asserts. To fulfill a desire, you must keep your mind on it, he also insists. So, this is the secret to getting any desire fulfilled. But one may wonder how this will help overcome obstacles we face in the external world. Can we influence something outside us? Maharaj says, when you are dead earnest, you bend every incident, every second of your life to your purpose. You don't waste time and energy on other things. You are totally dedicated. Call it will, love, or plain honesty. Just like you pick your way in a crowd passing between people, you find your way between events. You are the infinite potentiality, inexhaustible possibility, he reminds us. Does it mean we can desire anything we want? Or are there good or bad desires? Maharaj says it depends on circumstances. Usually, whatever leads to happiness are good desires, and whatever leads to sorrow are bad. But here is the catch. Maharaj says sorrow and happiness of others who are part of our mental and emotional makeup also count. His advice is go into the entire structure of a desire and its ramifications, not just on you, but others as well. He also cautions that if the desire is for the egoistic self enclosed in the I am the body framework, the energy we give them is necessarily limited. It cannot be more than what we have. Nevertheless, even such desires may get fulfilled, but after desiring for a long time, and the achievement is also limited. So, we need to expand the scope of our desires. Maharaj says, desire what is worth and desire it well. If your desire is for common good, the whole world desires with you. Make humanity's desire your own and work for it. There you cannot fail. By the way, all desires have one purpose, which is happiness. But according to Maharaj, the happiness we normally long for is mere physical or mental satisfaction. But such happiness is not real happiness, for seeking happiness through desires continues. The everlasting happiness can be found only by discovering what we truly are. In fact, what we are truly seeking through desires is our own true nature, which is aliveness, love, and joy. But we are unaware of it. When we understand it, the desire to discover our true self begins. Maharaj says, it is the most ambitious desire, for nothing and nobody can satisfy it, because the seeker and the sought are one and the same. Then there is no need to seek happiness through external objects, people, or experiences. And when we live from that place of fullness, we will naturally attract more and more fullness, more and more of our own wonder. So desire to find your true nature. Thank you for watching.